The French president and German Chancellor are in Kiev presenting their initiative. Then they'll head to Russia to try to sell their peace plan to Moscow. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry visited Ukraine in a show of support. CCTV's Kate Parkinson has been following all the diplomatic moves.
Diplomatic efforts to end the conflict in eastern Ukraine intensified on Thursday. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry was the first to arrive in Kiev for talks with Ukrainian leaders. After meeting with President Petro Poroshenko, Kerry called for concrete actions to end the conflict.
There must be an immediate commitment now to a real ceasefire, which is not just a piece of paper and words, but which is followed up by specific actions, namely, pull back the heavy weapons from the ceasefire line, from the borders, beyond the range of artillery, beyond the range of certain munitions to be able to do harm to civilians.
Kerry's visit to Ukraine comes amid mounting speculation that the United States may be considering sending arms to prop up Kiev's troops as they battle pro-Russian separatists in the east of the country. The Secretary of State said the U.S. is seeking a diplomatic solution to the crisis, but added it would not close its eyes to Russian tanks and fighters coming across the border. In a new push for peace, the leaders of France and Germany were hot on Kerry's heels, arriving in Kiev later in the day, armed with a proposal to end the fighting in eastern Ukraine. The surprise visit by the French and German leaders appeared aimed at heading off U.S. considerations of giving Ukraine lethal weapons. The European leaders will head to Moscow next for talks on Friday with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The flurry of high-level diplomacy comes amid renewed fighting in eastern Ukraine, but there seems to be a divergence of opinion among Kiev's Western allies on how to end the conflict. While there has been mounting speculation that Washington may be considering sending arms to Ukraine, many European nations are strongly opposed to this, believing arming Ukraine directly would only escalate the standoff with Russia. Kate Parkinson, CCTV, Kiev.